So for our second proclamation, I will turn it over to Councilmember Sydney Moore.
Thank you. Whereas President Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation on January 1st, 1863, declaring the enslaved people in Confederate territory free, paving the way for the passing of the 13th Amendment, which formally abolished slavery in the United States of America. And whereas word about the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation was delayed by more than 2 years to June 19th, 1865, in reaching authorities and African Americans in the South and Southwestern United States. And whereas June 19th has a special meaning to African Americans and is called Juneteenth, combining the words June and 19th, and has been celebrated by the African American community for over 150 years. And whereas on May 13th, 2021, Governor Jay Inslee made Juneteenth an official state holiday. And whereas on July 19th, 2021, Burien City Council made Juneteenth an official holiday for the City of Burien employees. And whereas we think about the moment in 1888 when 300 African-American men were determined to escape the terrorism of the post-Civil War South as they boarded trains for the Washington Territory and settled in King County mining camps. And whereas we acknowledge that post-World War II funding programs that provided a path to home ownership for white Americans, combined with pre-existing discriminatory housing covenants and real estate practices to exclude many Black Americans from living or purchasing homes in certain neighborhoods in Burien. And whereas we acknowledge our African American contributions and achievements within Burien, past and present, and now, therefore, the City Council of the City of Burien, Washington, does hereby ask all City of Burien residents to join together to proclaim June 19th, 2022, Juneteenth in the City of Burien, and urges all community members to join us in this celebration, dated the 6th day of June, 2022. So we have a guest here to accept the proclamation. This is Commissioner Joe Todd. If you'd like to come up, we have Joe Todd joining us from the Washington State Commission on African American Affairs. And thank you so much, Commissioner Joe Todd, for being here tonight.
Thank you, Council Member. So as she said, my name is Joseph Todd, and I'm a commissioner on the Washington State Commission for African American Affairs. So as a commissioner for Washington State Commission on African American Affairs, thank you, Mayor and City Council members, on behalf of the Commission and the Black community of Burien for this proclamation. I'm reminded of a speech that President Obama made as he spoke about the significance of Juneteenth. He remarked about a painting on the wall of the White House that depicted groups of slaves watching a clock that was ticking down the seconds to midnight for when the Emancipation Proclamation would go into effect, freeing them from slavery. It would be more than 2 years before the slaves in Texas would know that they were free. For me, those 2 years are a symbol of the delayed freedoms that African Americans have endured all over the country since being emancipated. Whether it was Jim Crow, the slow rolling of voter rights and civil rights, the debate and slow implementation of desegregation of public schools, redlining of housing, and Black soldiers fighting for this country and not receiving the full benefits of the GI Bill, delay has been the disastrous monologue of full freedom. Even today, our freedom is still very delayed, whether it be education, economics, healthcare, or criminal justice. Juneteenth is not only the celebration of emancipation, it's a celebration of people who have endured and still endure to this day for equality. I call on the council, mayor, and the Burien community to not only celebrate Juneteenth, but in its spirit to act and continue to push for policies that enact equity and equality for Black folks in this community. Thank you again for the proclamation.
Thank you so much, Commissioner.